It's good to have you here back with us at Somaliland National Television. This is a daily English news program and I'm Isaac Ahmed. Let's take a look at the main stories making headlines. Vice President of Somaliland attends an event on the nation's health sector. The Minister of Presidency attends ceremony marking World Education Day. Families demand answers on China's blaze. An event focusing on improving the health sector of Somaliland had a number of senior governmental and non-governmental figures in attendance, including Vice President of Somaliland Abdurrahman Ismail Salihi. The Vice President spoke on the importance of domestic and diaspora cooperation in improving essential health facilities.
The Vice President of Somaliland commended the role of Somaliland's Ministry of Health and other health service providers play towards advancing the medical services for patients nationwide. Vice President Abdurrahman Ismail Salihi reiterated the relevance of serving patients with no medical coverage across the country, as well as galvanizing voluminous and reliable medical care throughout Somaliland. Other speakers who spoke at the event corroborated the significance of achieving more development within the health sector.
In Togdheer's capital, Bur'o, an event marking International Education Day took place, in which an overwhelming number of notable figures were in attendance. Minister of Presidency Hirsi Haji Ali Hassan spoke at the ceremonial event, addressing the importance of improving the nation's education sector by proposing more support from citizens and government alike. The Minister of Presidency commended the efforts of Somaliland's Ministry of Education and Higher Studies, as well as a number of private educational institutions nationwide that continue to prompt further productivity. He stated that national progress and development relies heavily on an improved and progressive education sector. Other governmental and non-governmental individuals also spoke at the event. Somaliland's diaspora community in the UK donated essential medical equipment to Hargeisa Group Hospital. The equipment, which will be used in the dialysis ward of the hospital, are expected to provide essential health services to tens of thousands of citizens.
Minister of Health Hussein Mahmoud Hogg, speaking at the event, elaborated on the necessity of such medical equipment for the various wards of Hargeisa Group Hospital. The Minister of Health expressed admiration of those responsible for providing such essential equipment while reiterating the importance of taking part in the development of Somaliland's health sector. Noura Omar, representing the UK diaspora community, who transferred the donated equipment consisting of dialysis machine to Hargeisa Group Hospital, stated that dialysis machine will assist the continuity of the service provided by the dialysis ward. Dialysis machine is of a great significance to enhance the service of the dialysis ward of the government-subsidized hospital. However, the hospital offered free medical care for those incapable of affording medical attention.
Somaliland's diaspora communities throughout the world have shared their appreciation for the hard work and efforts of Director General of SLN-TV, Khadr Ali Gas. Since taking office in late 2012, the new Director General implemented reforms that have and continue to improve Somaliland National Television. And for the first time ever, Somaliland National Television broadcasted live events on the nation's Independence Day to every Somaliland diaspora community, as well as a very appreciative domestic audience. Earlier, a representative of Sweden's diaspora community provided Director General Khadr Ali Gas with a certificate of appreciation, marking the determination, commitment, and excellence he continues to portray. Prospective plans in the pipeline include a number of new studios, stretching the reach of Somaliland correspondents and improving the qualifications of television staff. You're still tuned into the English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. Hundreds of people have demonstrated outside a poultry slaughterhouse in northeastern China, where a fire killed at least 120 people. Protesters blocked traffic and battled with police, as workers' families said their loved ones could not escape the blaze at the factory on Monday because exits were locked. The national news agency reported it was China's deadliest blaze in more than a decade, killing 120 people and injuring 70 others. One protester whose daughter died in the fire said she would not move from the area until she had answers for what had happened. Another family member screamed at a line of dozens of officers and then tried to attack officers as he was pulled back by other protesters. Police said ammonia gas leaks may have caused the explosion. The high death toll prompted the Chinese president on a visit to Latin America and the United States to issue instructions to care for the injured and investigate the case furthermore. The demonstrations in Istanbul began peacefully. The Deputy Prime Minister had earlier apologized for police brutality over the last few days. He is due to hold a meeting with some of the organizers of the original protests over the redevelopment of Geza Park later on Wednesday.
There has been fifth night of unrest in Turkey. The situation deteriorated after the initial period of respite following Arin's apology. Police fired water cannon and tear gas at the crowd after they refused to disperse. Militants of a makeshift barricade hastily erected to prevent the police from entering Taksim Square. Protests went off peacefully in Ankara unit. People were asked to leave at around midnight. The crowd began to throw stones and police retaliated with smoke grenades. So far, 2 people have been killed since the unrest began last week. Several persons have been injured.
France says it's certain that the nerve agent sarin has been used on Syria on several occasions, following tests it has carried out on samples recovered from the country.
The Syrian regime and the opposition have traded accusations that the other side have used chemical weapons during the 2-year-long conflict. France has been testing samples of suspected chemical weapon elements for several weeks, including some smuggled out by reporters from the French daily Le Monde. Use of chemical weapons is illegal under international law.
That's the end of our news program. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.